Hey guys, this is me again for another DC Infinite Heroes figure review. Literally has been 6 years since I've done a single one. The last one I did was pre-crisis Supergirl figure from the DC Infinite Heroes single card collection. So we are be taking a look at a set that I've been wanting for the past 10 years, which is a 3-pack on DC Infinite Heroes featuring Wonder Girl, Superman, and Supergirl. This set, yet like I said, took me 10 years. I've been always seeing this dang figure set, and I always wanted to obtain it because something about the Superman figure, particularly, is striking a very familiar likeness to a certain actor that we all know and love. But I will get to that later on. But also, another reason why I wanted this, even though I could have easily gotten a single carded version of Superman, but I couldn't find one that was a little bit more affordable. So I think this set, in my opinion, especially considering that I'm getting 3 figures for basically the same price, it's much more satisfying in my opinion. But finally glad that I got this set. I've been always wanting to get this set for such a long time. And also I've been collecting the DC Infinite Heroes figures again. If you haven't been noticing on the community posts I've been posting on my channel, that I've been collecting more of these figures as time progressed. I never thought I would go back to collecting these figures again, but I'm finally been able to do so, and it's been really fun. And I've been finding figures that I never thought I would end up finding, especially one particular figure where I'll show off in the collection portion of this video like later on. But right now we're going to be taking a look at this 3-pack that I've been wanting for the past 10 years, like I said. And the packaging, we're just going to take a look at it since this is a 3-pack. You got the DC Infinite Heroes logo right there, DC Universe, the names of the characters respectively, Crisis Series 3-pack, and that little tag right there, Army of Heroes within your grasp. And I'm assuming the hand in the background is either a metaphor for that tagline or basically the monitor's hand. And at the back side, we're going to flip it over to the back, showcasing the monitor right there in the back. Also the monitor files and a little file about the monitors, DC Infinite Heroes logo again. And 4 of the 3-packs that you can get, one of them we already have obtained, which features a little bit of a prototype rendition of Superman down there. As you can see, we can take a closer look at how Superman looks compared to how he looks in the package. I might not be able to see it very clearly, but you can see how weird the S logo is on that suit. Those are the prototype renditions of the figures, which I thought pretty fun to look at. This is a 3-pack that I also wanted to try to get, but I never got a chance to get it yet, and I'm still looking for it, which is the Commissioner Gordon Gotham City SWAT Team 3-pack. And then you got the other 3-packs here, which is featuring the Flash, Weather Wizard, and Mirror Master. Then the other one featured Captain Boomerang, Starfire, and Raven. We'll put back on the side, and then we can see the stats of the characters that we have in the package. Of course, we have Wonder Girl, who is also a Cassandra Sandmark, which is her alter ego. She's got super strength, speed, limited invulnerability, flight, and her magic lasso, but the figure doesn't really come with a magic lasso. So much like the McFarlane Toy Superpowers figure that I had of Wonder Woman that didn't come with a lasso, so I had to buy one from the Cape Master. So yeah, that's unfortunate. As you can see, she probably might not be nearly as strong as Superman and Supergirl combined, but not gonna go too much into that. And of course, you got Superman, who is also known as Clark Kent or Kal-El, who has super strength, speed, invulnerability, flight, heat vision, X-ray vision, and freezing breath. Same could be said for Supergirl down there, who is also Kara Zor-El. I've also been hearing a lot of proof about Supergirl being more powerful than Superman. I guess this kind of shows that she's more powerful just by 5%. Even though she's not nearly as intelligent as Superman. But they almost got the exact same speed, agility, energy, and training and fighting skills. They're on the same mark, but intelligence and strength definitely differs. But when it comes to Wonder Girl, it's definitely all different right there. But that is basically it for the package. And enough of the rambling. We can go ahead and get these 3 out of the package. Okay, so we got Superman, Supergirl, and Wonder Girl out of the package. And really just having them all in person, especially the Superman figure, it's just surreal. 10 years, and now I finally have this particular one in my hand. And right off the bat, I'm just going to go ahead and go over this Superman figure, which is one of the things I wanted to take a look at. So, of course, you can see the likeness on the character. You might not be able to see it, but every time I looked at this likeness at the time, I always thought to myself, does this almost look like Christopher Reeve? It almost does, like to a tiny degree, but the way this one is painted together, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's a Superman likeness, but I always imagine it looking like Christopher Reeve, especially how he looks in Superman 3, but that's just me. It's just a really good likeness overall, and actually every Superman figure always had the same head sculpt, and it almost looked like Christopher Reeve in my opinion. or it could look like somebody else, and I'm just speaking with a bias as a Christopher Reeve or Brandon Routh fanboy. At least that's just me. The figure itself is pretty nice in terms of its design or its physique. Like, it's very cartoonish looking, buffed up body with these big muscular hands and all that. When it comes to it, it's like I could definitely remember how huge these hands kind of were, but I don't really care that much about them. I will say my only issue with this Superman figure definitely has to go to the skin tone of the figure. It doesn't look too great. Looks a little too like yellowish or palish for my taste as a Superman figure, how it should look like. But at the same time, it does look pretty nice. Not the skin tone. I'm talking about like the figure itself and overall look. Like, it definitely would have benefited if the skin tone looked like another Superman figure that I actually bought from the DC Infinite Heroes toy line, which I probably pretty much showed in my community post, and I'll have to show that later on in terms of detailing. But yeah, the Superman figure here definitely has that classic iconic outfit, which is one that I'm never going to get tired of. It's a really great outfit, and it's also painted nicely too. Like, aside from like a little bit of a gash right there, like, it looks like it's overpainted a little bit, but overall it doesn't look too bad. Again, like, the overall look of the figure definitely looks nice. The boots are painted in. It's not like a separate sculpt or anything, or separated by a certain portion of the sculpt. It's just really just painted in boots, but it looks fine in my opinion. And the cape is made entirely out of plastic. It does have the iconic S logo on the back because that's how the Superman cape should have. The Superman cape, in my opinion, won't even be a great cape without this S. I mean, it needs the S in the back, so it's nice that it's applied on there. And here is the back part. Very nice at the back. Also, a little bit of overpaint on the other side of that belt right there, but other than that, everything is looking good. The articulation is also supposedly swivel head, ball jointed shoulders, swivel elbows that only go up and down, swivel hips and knees, and the waist articulation. So it's not very limited, but it's also not very posable, and like not like 100% posable, but it's good enough for the time. I mean, these figures came out over a decade ago, 2008. But yeah, the Superman figure, really just love the Superman figure in terms of the likeness and all that. Yeah, just overall, every time I look at it, just the way it's looking, it looks pretty cool. Trying to get in a stand because I don't want them to fall over. Some of these figures have balancing issues. And next, we'll take a look at Supergirl. We already took a look at Supergirl previously, which is the pre-crisis rendition, but this one is the more modern version, or at the time, of Supergirl, because again, things change, designs change. But yeah, you can definitely see that this is a completely different design of Supergirl. She definitely looks really nice. Even had the undone belt over here on her skirt, which looks pretty cool. Like, most of the figure is pretty much the same as the figure that we took a look at literally 6 years ago. And I will say that it's definitely a really great figure, but at the same time, I would have preferred if the skin tone, just like Superman, was a bit better, because the pre-crisis Supergirl figure basically had a better skin tone than this one. But overall, definitely do think it's a pretty figure. The hair is nice. The likeness, not sure where it's supposed to really match, but it's a Supergirl likeness as far as I'm concerned. The outfit is pretty nice for what it is. S logo is nicely painted on there. Also, it's a crop top as well. See more skin reveal, which is very nice. And the skirt is actually pretty short as far as I'm concerned. It's a short skirt. And at the back, see more of that belt painted in. And the outfit looks pretty nice as far as I'm concerned. It's just all in one color. It's just all blue with a bit of yellow. I definitely like the original Supergirl outfit a lot more. But this outfit is pretty nice. Also, her boots are nicely painted as well. Got a little bit of yellow right there on the top, just like most of her clothing, especially the shirt. Then the cape that she has, which is the same as the previous cape from Supergirl's pre-crisis figure. And it only has yellow really applied to the edges of the cape. And also, she's got the same articulation as that same Supergirl figure. No swivel elbows over here at all, so it's just all swivel arms. Heck, they're not even on the ball joint, so that is disappointing on that end. But overall, pretty nice Supergirl figure as far as I'm concerned. The only problem I do have with it is really just balancing issues, as this figure apparently is kind of warped on the leg. I can get her to stand up, so it's not that bad. And now we have Wonder Girl here, which happens to be the niece of Wonder Woman, particularly Cassandra Sandmark. I mean, that's what I've been learning about. Haven't known every single character from DC's superhero lineup. So as far as I'm concerned, Wonder Girl here is actually pretty nice. Her design is pretty nice. Like the choice of clothing as well. Again, more skin reveal. Fine by me. Also, the way the jeans are designed, it's basically painted in, but doesn't look too bad. It is separate, it has a separate sculpt applied to it, and she also had her shoes right here. Everything looks nice on the figure as far as I'm concerned. She's got the exact same articulation as Supergirl, but this time she's got a little bit more freedom on the legs because they're not hindered too much by the skirt. And I will say the leg articulation, especially on the hips, is a little awkward because there's that type of awkward 2000s type of hip hinges or joints on female characters. But as long as I can get the character to sit down, though, it's fine. But she ends up looking a little awkward doing that. But aside from that, the figure does look pretty nice. The likeness looks pretty nice as far as I'm concerned. Heck, I would say this likeness looks more like a Supergirl. I like the likeness on this a lot. It looks pretty nice. All in all, I gotta say that she is a really nice figure. And everything applied on the figure in terms of the paint looks pretty nice. I don't see any issues on the figure. She's just a nice figure. That's all I gotta really say about it. Wonder Girl really does look really incredible in terms of how she looks as a figure. But I don't even know that much about Wonder Girl, and I'm a Supergirl fan, so it's kind of weird saying that. But yeah, the figure just looks really cool. It's still got the same like female body type of the Infinite Heroes toy line. It's like nothing's really changed on the figure, but yeah, all three of these figures are pretty nice. This is all I gotta really say about all three of them. It's just finally good to own these three particular figures in my collection now. And for comparison, like I said before, I do have these particular Superman and Supergirl figures. This right here is the Kingdom Come Superman that came out of one of those battle packs in DC Infinite Heroes toy line. It didn't really come out as a single carded figure, so that's pretty disappointing. But I did manage to find this loose and for a much more cheaper price because, god dang, Kingdom Come Superman is not cheap. And of course, there's the 6-year-old Supergirl figure that I ended up buying, even though it's more than 6 years old. It's literally almost like over 10 years, 15 years. But yeah, like I said, I still do like the old Supergirl figure that I have way more than the modern version. But at the same time, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, both figures have their pros and cons, but I definitely like the old Supergirl more. And with Superman, it's just a repaint of the same figure. But like I said, I like the skin tone on this figure more than that one. Like I said, the skin tones on just these two particular figures got skin tones that I don't think was really the greatest. But at the same time, these two may be a little paler, but at the same time, I like the skin tones on those way more. Also, looking at the likenesses of the Superman figures in general, like I said, it's the same head sculpt, and I'm always certainly sure if it's supposed to look a little bit like Christopher Reeve. I'm not entirely sure, but I do like the likenesses overall. That's all I really gotta say on that part. Also, here's the thing I can do with these particular figures. I can do head swapping. This is kind of weird, especially on Wonder Girl's end. But yeah, I had the other Supergirl head sculpt applied on there. Basically, the head joints on the figures, make sure Supergirl stands up, or yeah. Basically, the head joints in these figures, they're easily, let's just see here. There we go. But you can see these particular figures had these types of hinge joints that are pretty much hard plastic as far as I'm concerned. I don't think they're rubbery, so they could be very, very durable when it comes to head switching. And it's just particularly these DC Infinite Heroes superhero figures as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I can do a lot of head swapping on there. But like I said, this head sculpt, even though the skin tone don't match on it, but at the same time, like I said, I like this head sculpt more. This looks more like a Supergirl. Looks pretty nice. I mean, this head sculpt is nice too, but if only the skin tone was better, then I'd be more fine with it. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of nice. Also, here she is in the classic Supergirl outfit, the pre-crisis era outfit. Like I said, I like this likeness a lot. Looks pretty nice. Again, skin tone don't match, but looks pretty nice. Anyway. Okay, now I'm getting out of hand with this. Now we got the classic Supergirl head on the modern Supergirl outfit. Yeah, that's it for that one. Okay, last one. Modern Supergirl head, classic Supergirl outfit. Looks a little weird, mainly because of that dang skin tone on the face, but overall, it was okay. Also, when it comes to this 3-pack, it actually contains 2 figure stands because I'm pretty sure that Mattel knew that the female figures were going to have trouble standing because they got thin legs. They only decided to apply these for just the female figures, just the figure stands in general. So it only came with 2. I actually have 3 now. One of them is from the Supergirl figure. The stands that I'm using right now were tailor-made for Supergirl here and Wonder Girl, but Wonder Girl stands just fine on their own because her legs or boots in general aren't as thin as Supergirl's. So I don't think I need a stand for her. And here is my tiny collection of DC Infinite Heroes figures so far. So of course we have the 2 Superman figures right there, the 2 Supergirls, 1 Wonder Girl, and then of course you have the other figures in the back. This one I'm gonna go over and just show you. This is a figure that I've been wanting for years, just like the other figures in the line. Maxwell Lord. This actually is only in a freaking exclusive like 6-pack as far as I'm concerned. That came with Wonder Woman and Heat Vision Superman, if it did, and 2 other characters. Figure right here was a pain to find. I couldn't even find this figure, but luckily somebody who happened to be in the same location I am happened to have this, and this was quickly sent my dang way. So I'm finally freaking glad that I got this figure. This figure was hard to find. Also, I'm sure that this character is also a Wonder Woman villain because he's played by Pedro Pascal in Wonder Woman 84, Maxwell Lord. I'm mostly familiar with this character in the Supergirl CW series. Now, of course, you got Commissioner Gordon, the SWAT version of Commissioner Gordon, who came with a machine gun and a baton. But yeah, like I said, I want to get that original one, but it's only included in a 3-pack as far as I'm concerned with SWAT members. And then you got 2, actually 3 Lex Luthor figures, but the 2 right here, which look pretty cool. I only got this one because it came in a 3-pack, which is of course the 2 LexCorp henchmen over there with their suits on. They all got the same head sculpt, and there was one that had a brown hair variation on it, but that's probably a single card rendition as far as I'm concerned. Not sure if that was actually sold in a 3-pack. And of course you got the Batman, Superman, Public Enemies Lex Luthor figure, which has a body of the Question and a head sculpt that's previously the same head sculpt here. But overall, I really like this figure because I always wanted this particular Lex Luthor figure. And then we got Two-Face, which again, same body, but a different head. And this is the only 3¾ inch Two-Face that has ever been released. At least one based on a cartoony or more comic book-like appearance, because there is one from one of the Arkham games, but I'm not interested in getting one from the Arkham games. I just want one that looks like a comic book version. It's like the closest to like the Two-Face that I could easily like enjoy as an action figure in terms of that scale, but it's a pretty nice figure. And again, you got the figures knocking down. Okay, you can just ignore that then. We got the LexCorp henchmen over here, which got the same head sculpt and the same body applied. And then we got the ones that came with the Kingdom Come Superman alongside this particular one here. And of course, you got Lex Luthor at the back, which I'm assuming also came in the battle pack as alongside with Kingdom Come Superman. But this is also repackaged in the Batman, Superman, Public Enemies figure line in a 3-pack separately with Superman and Power Girl as far as I'm concerned. Doesn't come with any missiles either because I just bought this loose. And also that missile launching thing can also be detachable, so yeah, that's basically it for that. But all these figures are pretty nice. Alrighty, so now we have my entire small collection of Superman figures slowly building up to a larger collection already. It is so weird that I'm just starting to notice that I'm getting a little bit of a larger number of Superman figures than I ever thought I would start buying. I would have just left it off with just this guy over here, the ever so iconic Christopher Reeve, but then also having to get Brendan Routh back over here, these 3 particular figures. Just never thought I would end up building up so slowly. And of course, we have the superpowers, Superman right here, now with the Cape Master cape. But yeah, you can see all the different Superman figures I own, also including my custom Clark Kent, which I did show off in a separate video months ago. But yeah, as you can see, there is the entire collection of Superman figures I own so far. It's definitely growing, but at the same time, it's really fun owning these particular versions, like different variations of the character that I've been wanting to buy for so long. And like I said before, that head sculpt I always thought looked like Christopher Reeve to a degree, but as you can see, it's much different. I mean, of course, this head sculpt is not very Christopher Reeve like entirely, but I always thought it looked like him. But this figure definitely has that head sculpt to match Christopher Reeve, but definitely do wish there was a new 3¾ inch Superman figure that happens to have the likeness or look of Christopher Reeve. They have to make a new one. They really should. So that's basically it right there. Alrighty, so that's going to be it for this review of the Superman, Wonder Girl, and Supergirl 3-pack from DC Infinite Heroes. Easily a fun figure set, and also so freaking glad that I finally got the opportunity to get this set, because it's been such a long time coming. That's all I really got to say. Definitely am very happy that I'm getting some of these figures again, and just owning some of the figures I never thought I would ever own in so long. Or at all. But yeah, that's all I gotta really say right there. All three figures are pretty nice. Love the figures. That's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be seeing you guys later.